In a forest, there lived a bird named Query. She had a nest on the branches of a tree. One day, Query laid eggs in her nest. She left her eggs safely in the nest and went into the forest to find food for herself. She hopped from branch to branch and gathered fruits, seeds, and insects for her meal. However, when she returned to her nest, her joy turned into anguish. Her eggs were missing. Panicking, she started looking for her eggs here and there in the forest. But despite her efforts, the eggs seemed to have disappeared. Query was getting desperate and decided to seek the guidance of the wise old owl named Orion. However, she discovered that Orion had flown off to visit his sister in a distant woodland. Tears welled up in Query's eyes as she felt helpless and alone. Somehow, she gathered all the birds in the forest and shared her tragic tale. She told everyone that the baby eagle named Billy must be the culprit since her deceased mother always preyed on the eggs of other birds. All the birds agreed to confront Billy and teach her a lesson she would never forget. They flew straight to Billy's place and accused her of egg theft. Billy denied the allegations and tears welled up in her innocent eyes. She pleaded, "I swear I haven't taken your eggs. I don't even know where your nest is." But Query was determined in her belief that Billy was the culprit. She demanded that Billy must leave the forest, and the birds threatened her with a collective attack if she refused. Fearing for her life, Billy had no choice but to flee from her only home. Days passed, and Query laid her eggs once more. Once again, she left her eggs in the nest and went into the forest to find food. This time she was much more relaxed as she knew that the baby eagle was gone. Yet, her peace of mind was short-lived. When she returned, her eggs were missing again. Filled with grief, she went to Orion and told him the whole story. However, Orion gently questioned her, "Have you seen the baby eagle eating your eggs?" Query admitted that she hadn't witnessed the act, but she was convinced that Billy was guilty because of her mother's past behavior. Orion said, "My dear Query, you have committed a big mistake by punishing Billy without any evidence. Your eggs going missing again suggests that someone else might be the true culprit." Ashamed and regretful, Query apologized to Orion for her haste. Orion advised her to inform him a day before she lay her eggs again and then go to collect food like every time. Query did as told by Orion and informed him a day before. She laid her eggs and went to collect food. Orion hid in the shade of trees and kept a continuous watch on her nest. In the afternoon, when the sun was at its peak and the forest seemed deserted, Orion spotted a fox sneaking towards Query's nest. The fox's intentions were clear, she aimed to eat the delicious eggs as her meal. Orion acted swiftly and flew down from the trees. The fox, caught red-handed, confessed to stealing Query's eggs earlier as well. With the truth revealed, Orion called for a gathering of all the forest creatures. He narrated the entire incident and scolded the birds for their unjust treatment with Billy. They felt so ashamed and vowed to bring her back with all the dignity. The birds started looking for Billy here and there in the forest. Luckily, they found her, lonely and scared. A bird approached her, told her the entire story, and expressed heartfelt regret for their wrongful actions. The baby eagle hesitated but agreed to return. With open hearts, the birds welcomed Billy back into the forest. They apologized for their unjust judgment, and she forgave them. The birds realized the importance of seeking the truth and finding evidence before taking any decision. From that day forth, all the other creatures lived harmoniously in the forest, cherishing the beauty of their diverse home. The melody of understanding and forgiveness echoed through the trees, touching the hearts of all who heard it. A profound lesson had been learned, that it's crucial not to judge others based on assumptions or the actions of their parents.